Hello everyone, welcome to Boondock Duane's RV show. I'm going to continue my little tiny short video series on accessories for the newcomer and or newbie to RVing. Whether you have a new RV or a new to you. I go over my statistic again, even with coronavirus and all the problems it's created for everyone in the world. RV purchases are up 4.5% across the board, and out of the 4.5%, 80% are brand new RVers and new to RVing. So I thought I would start off my channel with doing these short accessory videos. I have a PDF file that's available at the Boondock Duane RV Facebook group that you can join, and there in the files there is a PDF file with all this list and part numbers. Next, if you do like my videos, please subscribe and hit the little bell so you can get notified of my next video. I'm going to be completing the whole series of accessories, and finally good news on our front. We had sold our trailer we owned, the Intech sold Dawn, and we had ordered the brand new Intech Terra Oasis, and a lot of people did. It's basically sold out for 2021 right now. The next ones are available in 2022. And in fact, this weekend, one of the original prototypes for that, brand new prototypes, was at the Tampa RV show last week. And that has been picked up by one of our group member families in the Intech Terra Oasis Facebook group, the Minettis. Their son even shot a nice little walkthrough video. So if you want to see a cool new RV, please also go to the Intech Terra Facebook group and you can check that new RV out. So the great news is I heard from our dealer today, and we're actually getting an offline date, and we're going to be getting our trailer, and I'm going to move these shows out to my trailer because we're fortunate we get to keep ours on the side of our house. So I'm going to be doing all the videos there. We'll be going through the whole solar install process as I do it in mine. So it should be a lot of fun. And I'm just trying to be educational. This isn't for me making about money. This is fun, doing RVs. And then when we get traveling, as soon as we get our trailer, we're heading for our shakedown run. And it will be a lot of boondocking, a lot of Valley of Fire, Grand Canyon South, as well as the Badlands. I mean, just there's so much great BLM land for free camping out here in the West. It's boondock heaven. Yeah. So let's start off with our RV series. So again, I wanted to say a shout out to the Minettis because they are in their brand new Intech Terra Oasis that they picked up from the Tampa show, and they immediately went up to Orlando, and I believe right now they're at Disney Fort Wilderness with their new RV. So that's kind of exciting for us. I can't wait to get our new trailer, and hopefully it's just within the next 30 days because we've been itching hard after we sold ours to purchase this very large, expensive one. So let's start out with our components. We're talking about our sewer, our black tank and gray, or combined black tanks for the smaller RVs. The first thing that I do is, of course, get my sewer hoses. And a lot of trailers, most of them come with a place to store one. Most of the time, it's only 10 feet. That is never enough. It is just never enough. I carry 3 10s because you never know where you're going to end up if you are in an RV park. And the 3 10s are great when we're draining into our Camco black tank tote. When we're boondocking and we need more storage space in the black tanks, we have the tote, and it's nice to be way far away from the trailer when you're doing that. So I carry 30 feet of hose with me, and the first thing I buy is the Camco 39744, which is the 20-foot kit. And then I buy one extra hose, but this is the 20. Sorry, I watched too much Star Wars. Anyways, this is the Camco 39744, and that kit comes with your elbow to go into the sewer service wherever you're at, and it is threaded, and it comes in a stepped three-stage threading process, so you can hit any of the RV parks are in this realm right here. A lot of the nicest parks, you will have to take this off and actually thread in your adapter, and that's for no release of smells. And then you click this on, and of course the female hooks onto your trailer, and we're going to go over another part too. But I want to finish up on these hoses. So your end caps, again, most trailers come with enough space for some of them with the bumper storage for your hose. You can get 2 in there. Just make sure they're collapsed all the way. But most of the trailers, they're short, and you can get a 10, and it comes with a 10-footer, or you got to buy your 10. So again, I travel with 3. When you're putting this away, if you do not have this completely collapsed, on most of the smaller trailers, and most trailers, you'll never get this in that tube, your tube storage under the trailer. So make sure it's collapsed all the way after you rinse, and make sure you put these caps on. And when you're collapsing, make sure you have at least one end open, or this is like it will hold pressure, and you won't be able to collapse this, of course. Like, I can't even pull it apart. So this kit comes with, again, the elbow, the 39744 Camco Rhinoflex sewer hose kit. It comes with the 4-in-1 elbow. It comes with 2 10-foot hoses, and it comes with 4 caps. From that point, we go to, and then I've got a nice little picture here. It just shows that this is how it comes in the box, ready to go. And that's pretty awesome. The next item, and I'll pop the picture up first, is the Rhino Blaster angled elbow with the Rhino Blaster hose fitting in it. And I'll show you what that's about right now. Sorry, it's just me here running my switcher. So the Rhino Blaster has this cool hose fitting with a valve, and this is how you can almost backfill your tank as you're flushing and you pull your RV's flush valves. You can use this valve, and virtually I just let it run for like 15 minutes and totally fill. I drain, I totally fill as much as I can. You can tell when it starts getting enough head pressure on it to push the fluid out. You can see that through your clear elbow. But I can literally backfill my RV in the tube before, and my boat. I use the same thing on. I have a boat that actually has the same pump out. You can use this to actually backfill that tank, and then shut off the valve and pull your release valve on your RV and dump your poo-poos and your number ones. So that's pretty cool. So that's those fittings right there. The Rhino Blaster elbow is 39080. Again, Camco Rhino Blaster sewer tank rinser clear elbow with a 3/4 hose fitting. It's a 39080. And then next we move on to our sewer. Some people don't even use this stuff. I do. I like the fact that I have a sidewinder, and this is your hose support. And you never know. We've been at places in RV parks where our sewer service was a foot sticking. The pipe was a foot sticking out of the ground. So it's great to have the sidewinder. It's great to have the sidewinder kit. This is a 20-footer. Even with the 30, with the way you collapse and move, this 20-footer works great. Again, this is that sewer support, hose support. And that is the Camco 43051. 43051. Next, we're going to go back to our freshwater video number 2, and I'm going to bring up my little valve that I use for when we're in an RV park. And this is a brass hose Y with stainless steel fittings. I have my 2 check valves, And then I also have my pressure regulator, Camco pressure regulator. And the deal with that is I don't want to reduce my pressure on the sewer side. Those sewer pipes and your tank can take the pressure going into it, and it's being regulated by the valve on the rhinoplasty elbow. So again, I use I get at my local hardware store 2 blocks away. Brass hose Y. It has stainless steel ball valves inside. I have 2 high quality marine RV check valves that I get at my hardware store. You can they have them all over Amazon. Just make sure you find a high quality one. And then again, our Camco 40 to 50 psi pressure regulator. You want it. That's for your freshwater side. This is for your orange wastewater side. And with that, we're going to get into the orange and black hoses. Now, with my water supply, I've lost one of my hoses, everybody. There's too much stuff here. There it is, way under my chair. So, when I did my freshwater, I was saying how I use a 50-foot for Camco, Taste Pure freshwater white hose. And the reason I use a 50-foot for that is when we're doing our loadout and our strike, we are literally using that same hose to clean up around the campsite, spray off pots, pans, whatever we're doing. So I like the 50-footer, wash off the bikes, whatever. And even though we have a built-in outside shower sprayer, it's still nice to have the higher pressure when you're in the RV park. But when it comes to my clean out hoses, I get 225s. And let's see. Part number, Camco 22990, 22990, 25-foot hose. And the reason I get 225s is just most of the time you're close enough where you're going to be close enough to that sewer service that a 25 is more than enough. And then if you do need to go far, or you have some really heavy debris in your black tank, you can always hook up that other hose. And if I've had to, in my boat for sure, I've actually had to use the hose, and I've cleaned out from topside and down into my toilet to help clean my tank when we've gotten it pretty full. So it's pretty cool to have 225s. Again, the Camco 22990. That's pretty much the black water, and I want to be sure to tell you how important it is to have 2 extra hose washers, 3 or 4 in your spare parts kit or your tool kit on with your RV or your tow vehicle. We've actually had some of these hose washers stick and you don't know it, or break on a sharp edge hose bib where you're getting your service at an RV park. So make sure you take some extras, because that's pretty important. Next, I'll just do the quick talk about your black tank. A lot of people, newbies, are just so unsure. They're so worried about the smells. And I can tell you, we use the Camco. No, we don't. We use the Camco tank flush to clean our tank. And then the new product that we really started using, this is the unique holding tank treatment. When it says it's RV digest it, it digests it. It's great for your sensors. Totally cleans your sensors. This is something we use. We drop these in with our extra few gallons of water. We leave in that fresh water. After we've dumped and we're on our way home, we let this bang around in there with about 5 gallons of water. With my 5-gallon water bucket, I top fill with the unique tank treatment. Drive home with an empty tank and your tank treatment, and then dump again, and you will have a fresh tank all the time. We only use the Happy Camper organic biodegradable holding tank treatment. We've never had a smelly trailer. We've never had a smelly boat. And that's pretty important. Make sure you never have your valves open at an RV park and let your sewage just drain through, because you'll end up with that poo pyramid. You need to have liquid in that black tank while you're using it. If you just pull up to the RV park, hook up your hoses, open your valve, no fluid's going to stay in there, and whatever solids go down your toilet hole is what you're going to have right below it. And then that is what's hard to get out and clean up. And that becomes a very smelly mess. So one thing is just maintaining your black tank. A lot of people are going to the composting toilets. Some have the cassette toilets. You know, if that's your deal, my wife and I, Susan and I, are just not into the composting thing. We are total water conservationists. No water goes down into that black or gray tank unless it absolutely has to. We use our sink water and holding pans to flush the toilet. There's a lot of conservation you can do to save your water. Someone was asking in one of the groups, about making their black tank a freshwater holding tank from the beginning. I mean, you're talking about 80, 90, 100 gallons of water. At 8.33 gallons, you're going to have 800 pounds of water, and then that cuts off your cargo weight. So water conservation is everything, and reusing the water to wash your dishes, then use that to flushing your toilet is like a really, really good thing. We could go out for 2 weeks in our Soldan with its 20-gallon tanks and 20 gallons of extra water, and we could literally, with that water, 40 gallons, and we could go basically 2 weeks. We're minimalists and do our best when we're camping to keep that tank empty. But a lot conservation will make everything work better when you're boondocking, because that's what boondocking is about with everything, conservation. You can never haul in enough wood, and the main thing is get a propane grill when boondocking, and then you got to worry about hauling in the propane. So anyways, I hope, hey, what's that sound? That was a cool little sound. That was my fan in my computer. Conservation is always good. Everyone will come up with their own degree of cleanliness in that black tank, and some of it's trial by error. But when you're reading these reviews from all of the good YouTube sites, and there's so many of them, listen to what everyone has to say, and then use it as a kind of a scale. Hey, this guy's saying here and this guy's saying here. We have never had problems, though, with the Happy Camper and the Unique or the Camco black and gray tank treatment. And that's kind of my video. Again, if you like my videos, please subscribe, hit the bell. I'm trying to do more and more. Soon I will have my brand new trailer. We'll be doing that I'll be shooting the videos from the trailer, and we'll be going over all the actual systems in the RV, which are standard in most RVs. So I thank you for watching. I hope everyone takes care. Be safe, be well, and thank you for watching my show.